This is Lewis Cole.
Check my bank account. I'm too scared to check my bank account.
And this is Lewis Cole. Hi there, and welcome to my video about Lewis Cole, and I want to talk about why he's one of my favourite musicians. And I kind of feel like he's a sort of a born-again Frank Zappa, if you like. They've got a lot of things in common, and I want to just share a little bit of my opinions on them, and obviously leave your comments. Check out his music if you haven't already, and if you do know his music, let me know what you think, and perhaps what your favourite song is. So Lewis Cole is a chameleon. He is an extremely gifted musician. Very, very good drummer, singer and keyboard player. And he absorbs lots of different musical styles and then puts it into his little blender. And it comes out sounding unlike anyone else, really. And what I particularly like is that he is prodigious in lots of different sort of styles. So you'll hear elements of jazz, which is what he did his kind of degree and training in. But there's funk. There's classical, baroque. There's just a whole amalgamation of different musical styles. And he also uses a lot of technology. So he'll use sampling and looping to layer up his performances. And everything he does, everything he touches is just sort of magical. Now, there's two sort of facets to his style, I suppose. There's quite a serious kind of compositional flair, and he's got some serious compositional chops, as you could hear in some of the opening music. But there's also the kind of the on-the-nose satirical social commentary that he does in a very light-hearted, humorous way, often pretty, like I said, on the nose. And for some people that might be just a little bit too much, a bit like Frank Zappa. Some of his quirky, zany pieces that were maybe poking fun at certain things were often, you either love it or you hate it, really. And I think with Lewis Cole, there's certainly that zany quirkiness to his style of music, but also his appearance. I think he's got a very unique appearance, and that sets him apart as well from the rest of the crowd. But, when you peel back the layers, there's some seriously good musicianship at play there. And in particular, his new album, which you heard the string music from just there, is just a wonderful, wonderful album. Too much really for me to go into a full review, but it's, again, combining all of those elements. There's that kind of jazzy pop basis to it, but there's very sort of deep cinematic orchestral flavour as well. The kind of distinctive vocal, almost kind of falsetto style singing. And it's just wonderful, wonderful music. And I really, really do like his output. And, it's not for everyone, granted. But, for those of you that maybe aren't familiar with his music, then do go and check him out on YouTube. His music videos are usually quite unusual as well, and quite funny to watch. But musically, I think just one of my favourite musicians. And I think with Frank Zappa being similar, Frank Zappa was a phenomenal performer and composer. He would write all these massive orchestral scores, but he could also just do a good old-fashioned rock and roll song as well, 50s style rock and roll. And, he had a strong political sense as well. He would put messages into his music, sometimes not particularly subtly. And, so I can see these kind of parallels between the two artists. But what do you think? Is Lewis Cole kind of like a Frank Zappa, or are they two very different sort of entities? But it'd be good to get your thoughts, and I look forward to speaking to you soon in my next video. Take care.